Today I'm going to talk about OCBC FRANK card, which is going to see some changes from November 2022 onwards. And according to OCBC, it is an upsized cashback program. So is OCBC being frank with us, or are they actually doing something bad to the card? The OCBC FRANK card is one of the top tier cashback cards that exists right now, and it gives 6% cashback, and all you have to do is just spend on PayWave as well as online transactions, and you can get as much as $50 each month quite reliably, and that's a 6% cashback as long as you spend at least $600 every month on these transactions. From November onwards, OCBC is going to revise the cashback program of OCBC FRANK, and here are the main changes. Number one, the PayWave and online transaction category are merged into a single category, getting 8% cashback with a cashback cap of $25, which means the maximum spending you should put in this category is $312.50. Number two, foreign currency transactions are now its own category, and with the same 8% cashback earn rate and also the same $25 cashback cap. Number three, the minimum spending has gone up from $600 to $800 to get your high earn rate. Otherwise, if you don't hit the $800 minimum spend, all your transactions will get only 0.3% cashback rate. Lastly, there's also extra 2% cashback if your spending happens to be on one of the green merchants, such as public transport or one of the car or bicycle sharing services. Now, OCBC is trying to spin this as an enhancement or an upsized cashback program, but I think for people who are fast at mathematics, you will realize that this is nothing but a nerf, because if you look at the online transaction and PayWave category, the maximum you can get is $25, and that is $312.50 of spend, and you are still short of the minimum spending of $800 to reach your high cashback earn rate. So if you were to spend only on online and PayWave transactions, just like you were under the old Frank cashback program, and you meet the minimum spend of $800 solely in this category, you will just get $25 of cashback, and that is about 3+% of cashback, where you used to get 6% cashback. So you may want to look at one of the many other video reviews of other credit cards I've done to replace your OCBC FRANK, or stay tuned for in-depth analysis of the new OCBC FRANK after this sponsored message. Now, this video is brought to you by Weeboo, and you can use my link satisfy.com/Weeboo to sign up and get yourself fantastic goodies such as free shares. Weeboo also currently gives you 0% commission, as well as let you trade from as low as $5 per trade, and therefore you can lower your cost by a lot and trade with small amounts. And you get free shares to kickstart your investment journey. So I really thank Weeboo for sponsoring this video, because without sponsors like this, I don't think I will be that hardworking in making videos. Thanks Weeboo again for sponsoring this video. So let's pull up trusty old Excel to see how much cashback we can actually get from this card, right? So previously I used to spend about $800 on my PayWave and online transaction. So if I were to just input it here, I will actually get $25 of cashback, and that's only 3.13% effective cashback, which is kind of bad actually. Yeah, so it used to be 6% if you can spend $800 on PayWave and online transactions. If you use your OCBC FRANK for public transport, there might be a slight improvement to the cashback rate. So about $100 of my monthly expenses will be on Simply Go. So if I add that in, the cashback rate improves a little bit. I get extra $2 from this category. So that's not going to move the needle by much. My effective cashback yield is 3.38% cashback. That is obviously quite a far cry from the 6% cashback I used to get. So yeah, not a improvement or upsize at all. To get the best cashback yield from this card, you will need to spend an optimal $312.50 in the local spend category, and then the same amount in the foreign spend category, and even then you're still short of $175 for the minimum spend, okay, because you'll only be getting 1.88 cashback if you don't hit $800 of minimum spend. So let's say we spend another $175 on anything else, so you can still get 6.32% cashback yield only if you are able to max out the foreign spend category, which I think is not quite possible for most people who don't have that much foreign currency spend to begin with. So unless you're going for an overseas trip or you spend a lot online in foreign currencies, Frank is going to be a much lousier card than before. Now, is there still a use case for this card? I feel like there is still some use for this card after the nerf, because it is still eligible for card up, and if you were to put all $800 of spend onto your online category, you can actually get $35 of cashback, which is 3.13% cashback yield, and you subtract cut up our iPayMy's service fee of about around 2%, you still gain a little bit of cashback for paying things like income tax, mortgage, etc., where you don't normally get cashback. So that is better than nothing. Another use case, I guess, is for people who spend around $800 per month and they just use this card on PayWave and online. You don't have to track how much you spend on each category. And each month, as long as you meet $800 of spend, you get about 3% cashback, which is not too bad for a card that you don't do too much tracking on. You just need to make sure $800 is met and you spend all on PayWave and online, which is practically anything these days. Of course, I think even this group of people will be much better off going to UOB Evo or DBS Live Fresh, where your cashback yield is likely going to be higher than 3%. Yeah, so those cards, especially the DBS Live Fresh, which I have been putting in my drawer to collect dust since OCBC Frank came out with 6% cashback, right? I think I will be resuming use of my DBS Live Fresh after November 2022. Now, little birdie actually told me that OCBC was losing money on this card and it was quite painful for them, but I hope that they will have just been more upfront and say, hey, we're losing money on this product and let's revise it. But I guess marketing departments got a market. It also puts in question whether or not UOB Evo can continue giving the 6.67% cashback rate it has been giving. And we are seeing a streams of nerf recently to cashback cards. So yeah, fingers crossed, let's hope other cashback cards are safe. So for more news and deals on credit cards, join my Telegram group. And if you're looking for a credit card to replace your OCBC Frank, why not look at this video over here? And I'll see you in that video.